Thanks, Vivek. So, these few things on the banking sector. If you look at banks or a credit penetration in India, it is far lower if you compare with the most of the developing and other developed countries. So, I think Indian GDP is set to grow in the nominal terms by around 11, 12 odd percent. And if you look at the credit penetration, which is lower, the banking system or a credit system in India can grow at around 3, 4% higher than the nominal GDP. If you look at the structure of the lending system in India, still PSU banks accounts for more than 60% market share. Uh, we believe that over a period of time, PSU bank market share should steadily decline. Even in addition to this, few private sector banks or even few NBFCs which are very weak, capital starved or have no great lending practices should also lose market share, because of which the well-run private sector banks in India should definitely grow even much larger than the overall banking credit growth. So we are very convinced and bullish on overall private sector banks and few NBFCs in the space. Now, coming specially to Muthoot Finance, this was one of the stocks which we bought just after the ILFS crisis. When we bought Muthoot, it was considered as a sleepy South Indian company, because during those period, during pre ILFS crisis, majority of NBFCs were growing at 25% plus. I think 20% was a norm, and many promoters etc. wanted to start NBFCs because NBFCs were darling of the markets, and all of them were growing more than 25, 30 odd percent. And that time Muthoot used to grow at 10, 12%. But if you compare Muthoot Finance, so they were doing lending against gold, which offers very high level of security and it is most liquid. Because of a strong brand name, lower cost of fund, and almost zero credit cost, because you have gold as a collateral, Muthoot can generate 20-22% ROE, and stock was trading at a very attractive valuation of 1.5 times price to book value. And as per our valuation framework, our Opco Finco model, it was offering a very high upside. So, at one point we have all the NBFCs which were though growing very high, have no great control on their underwriting practices. And post ILFS, it was quite known that they will have problems both in terms of growth as well as credit cost. And at the same time, Muthoot, though the growth rate was much lower, was poised to gain a lot of market share, because few NBFCs were set to lose market share. So we bought Muthoot at that time, and the stock did extremely well for us, mainly because, as I said, that other NBFCs in the space struggle for asset quality as well as for growth. And most of the NBFCs which were just throwing money by the way of personal loans or any other sort of loans, all those customers came back to Muthoot for gold financing. When COVID unlocking was happening, stock actually did very well during, post ILFS till COVID, even during COVID times, and the post COVID, stock was trading at slight premium to even one of the best well-run banks in India. Even it was trading at a premium to HDFC Bank on a price to book basis. So at that point in time, though we were very convinced on the stock, we were very convinced on the business model, the way they do business, the promoter, corporate governance, and everything. But since the stock has run up quite well, and there was opportunity in other stocks, we thought it was appropriate at that point in time to completely exit the stock. And again, if we get an opportunity, because the business model of Muthoot is very, very strong, if we get the opportunity at a appropriate price which offers an attractive upside, we may consider investing in Muthoot Finance again. So I will stop here and hand over the call back to Vivek